Right, you ready? Dave and I went down to the fruit and fibre place down at the Baltic Triangle to sample Scouse. Because I said last week, well, you can hear about it now when you hear the interview.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy and I feel like I'm loving you. Love you such a sweet thing, good enough to eat thing, and it's just what I'm gonna do.
I'm here at the moment at the Fruit and Fibre Canteen and Craft Workshop in the Baltic Triangle, where if there's a cellar available, somebody moves into it, opens a restaurant or a bar, and because this area is the place to go now, well, everything's here. You keep seeing stuff down the side streets. You think, I never knew that was there. Then you go to the street, never knew that was there. Well, it's the same here with the Fruit and Fibre Canteen and Craft Workshop. But I'm here because the owner, Hannah, has got a cob on. She's got a cob on. Look, we're down here because David North, my producer, said she's threatened to sue. And I've seen the woman who works for her at the canteen, and she could do us seriously physical harm, Billy. She's a former mud wrestler. So, Hannah, because what happened was that I was in the Coast restaurant, the Coast Cafe in Victoria Road, New Brighton, and I got talking to the owner there who used to have the Scouse house in Birkenhead. And I noticed that he was doing Scouse. Not just that, he was doing unlimited Scouse, all you can eat, plus, and this is important for me, unlimited tea or coffee as well. So I said, it's the only place I know, they should have one this side. There was a scream heard all the way from the Baltic Triangle. And David North said, I think somebody's outside. I said, no, it's not. So we got a call from Hannah, and it was her, and she said, get down here, we do that as well. So here I am, Hannah.
Welcome.
Tell us about the business.
We've got the all-you-can-eat Scouse bar. We've got the Scouse on 3 different types every day. And alongside that, you get your tea and your coffee and craft workshops as well.
Okay, but have you had anybody in yet who goes in for the all-you-can-eat and you're thinking to yourself, if he stays any longer, I'll have to close down?
The record at the moment is 4 bowls with bread with the first 3.
It's the bread that throws you, isn't it?
It's the bread, yeah. Nobody's made it past 4 bowls yet, so I'm not.
That's
really
the Coast on the phone now complaining.
He's behind you. He's snuck in.
Oh, God. And my friend from the Coast is here. Anthony. So you heard the trouble you got me in.
Well, yes. But you got yourself into that, I'm afraid, didn't you? That
you never said to me.
I never claimed that
you
we
never
were
said. But you never said where you never said there's one in Liverpool just the same.
You didn't give me a chance to say that, did you? Because I would have said that I helped Hannah to set this one up here, but it was her idea to do the all-you-can-eat.
What's the connection?
Anthony helped me set this place up. He worked with me for the first 18 months, getting it off the ground, and I actually get the Scouse from his cafe. So it's the same Scouse, both sides of the water. So wherever you go, you know that you can have the best Scouse on Merseyside.
But Anthony's a Scouseologist because he originally had the Scouse house in Birkenhead, didn't you, Anthony?
That's right, yes. Unfortunately, it never really took off. There were a handful of people who appreciated what we were doing, but it only lasted for about 18 months or so before I pulled the plug on that.
You said to me it was a bit out the way.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
If that was out the way, this one's in Mongolia. I mean, this is a bit out the way.
But the Baltic Triangle is trendy. I mean, Hannah and I first came down here about 2 years ago to an event on Light Night, fell in love with the area, and I was originally looking at doing a bar around here, which fell through. And in the meanwhile, Hannah had the idea about this canteen and craft workshop. And I said, right, I'll give you a hand to get it off the ground. And it started off, wasn't it, from a juice bar idea to this whole canteen thing, and the unlimited Scouse bar.
Okay, let's see the size of the bowl.
Behind
this
you.
could escalate into mom versus food.
Yeah, no. It depends on the size of the bowl. They're quite reasonable, them. I mean, 4 of them doesn't look too hard. I'm not doing this at the moment because I've had my breakfast. Now, describe the 3 different Scouses there, Hannah.
The main one that we do is the mutton. It's a traditional slow-cooked mutton. Absolutely melt in the mouth. Then we've got the blind scouse, which is completely vegan, and Anthony's special creation, which is live bird scouse.
You haven't been killing pigeons and stuff
No,
like that, have you?
as the story goes, when we can't catch live birds, it's chicken, except at Christmas when it's turkey.
So how's the idea going? Did you get many people going for the all-you-can-eat, or is the helping they get in one bowl enough for them?
Most people are happy with one bowl, but if you come for the afternoon and you want to work on the computer, use the free Wi-Fi, go for the all-you-can-eat, you can just stay here and keep eating all day.
And it's free coffee as well and free tea.
That's important to you, isn't
It is very important to me. Okay, Anthony, I've always thought to myself, there's a thin line between Scouse and stew. Would you go along with that? This is Scouse because it's not liquidy. No. Scouse to me has got to be clingy, you understand what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are brought up in this area, sort of across in Toxteth and so on, who call it stew. They don't call it Scouse. So I think
Stew's got a more liquid content, hasn't it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the line comes. I think that it is. I mean, I admitted that the live bird Scouse really is just chicken stew. But
it's Scouse, not. That's not liquid. Stew's got to have liquid in it.
Perhaps you're right.
There'll be a fight here.
No, you're starting the Scouse wars now between you and me. I'm not sure where the line is drawn. Every family has its own beliefs in what Scouse should be like, whether it should be liquid or whether it should be solid, that it tastes better after a day. I mean, Hannah's got a lovely story about her granddad's Scouse.
My granddad used to buy chippy chips on a Friday, and then over the weekend he'd keep them in the fridge until we got there Sunday, and then at the last minute he'd throw the chippy chips into the Scouse. So all the potato in the Scouse is breaking down, and you've got the chippy chips all sitting in there. It's absolutely delicious.
Okay, should we try some? Can you give my producer David North one?
Yeah.
But he can pay for this. All right.
I've got a confession as well. I don't think I've ever had proper Scouse before either. This could be the first time.
Unbelievable,
It's not been
a Scouse virgin.
It's not been a big family tradition or anything, so this could be the first time. So
the first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes.
Well, I've just had a delicious bowl of Scouse. Congratulations, Hannah, and congratulations, Anthony. I had the lamb Scouse with beetroot, and it was excellent. The lamb was perfect, the potatoes were perfect, but the main opinion would be coming from the Scouse virgin, who's with me right now, David North, my producer, who has never in his life had Scouse till today. See, that's one of the advantages of working with me, Dave. You get to do things you'd never do with anyone else.
I know it would be bungee jumping next week or something, won't it? That was time for an ice cream as well, just to cool off after the Scouse. It was very good. Pretty much an empty bowl there. I think one of the things that's put me off Scouse in the past, never been a big fan of carrots. I was force-fed carrots as a child, and I think that always put me off. But I've come round to carrots a little bit now. So
no, it's not this building you're in, Hannah. It's not just a cafe, is it? You've got a parlour there. You said you're proud of.
Yeah.
Should we go and look in the parlour, Dave?
absolutely.
Come into the parlour, said the spider to the fly. Oh, this is very nice. This is a private function room or something, Hannah?
It is, yeah. We do dinner parties in here, but it's also available for business meetings, social meetings, anything anybody wants to use it for, really.
And you've got real teacups, not mugs, real teacups and saucers.
Yeah, proper china. It's all the best stuff in the parlour.
Okay, this is what kind of functions is it used for?
During the day, people have business meetings and training in here. We've got the big screen that you can plug a laptop into, so it's useful for business meetings, but it's also cosy enough for dinner parties, afternoon teas. We've had baby showers, all kinds of things.
But it's not just Scouse on the menu, presumably, here.
No, we've got a really wide menu. We've got chilli, curry, we've got jacket potatoes. It's all normal food. We don't do anything too fancy, it's just proper normal food. sandwiches.
Yeah, you can't beat it. She's talking my kind of language, you know. And if you're listening at the hole in the wall, I've not betrayed you, because your Scouse is as equal as anybody's. I'm surprised you don't supply them as well, do you, Anthony?
No, we don't. But one thing that I will push on Hannah's behalf is the Lancashire rarebit that you, as a lover of cheese on toast, this one's made with Lancashire cheese, Lancashire sauce, which we found, which is like Worcester sauce but with a slight curry flavour, and we source this wonderful milk stout from Mad Hatter's Brewery, which is just on the other side of Parliament Street, which has also got a slight coffee flavour that they get their coffee included in that.
So what's the hours when you're open, Hannah?
At the moment, I'm open 9:30 till 4:30, but in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be open in the evenings and on Saturdays.
Now, the important thing is the address, and how the heck do you find it?
It's just off Jamaica Street. It's on Norfolk Street. If you turn at KB Doors and go down towards Enterprise, we're just before Enterprise.
See, I'm lost already. I'm hopeless at directions. Okay, Hannah, when I got one thing to say, I'll be back.
In me Liverpool home, in me Liverpool home, we speak with an accent exceedingly there. Meet under a statue exceedingly fair. And if you want a cathedral, we've got one to spare. In me Liverpool home.
Mrs. Butler's eldest.
Billy Butler, BBC Radio Merseyside.
So Dave can now say he is a Scouser. He has that sampled our wonderful, wonderful meal, Scouse, and I enjoyed it immensely. And it was just a night heat as well. It was lovely and hot. I don't know what it is. I can't stand cold food. What I mean is like hot food served cold. And cold soup, it's got to be red hot soup. And custard. Custard's got to be red hot as well. My wife used to call me Mr. What was it she used to call me? Mr. Carbon Stomach or something like that. And I do drink. And then I read, of course, that it's bad for you to drink anything really hot. But never mind. So there we are. That's another part of the Baltic Triangle, which is doing absolutely brilliant.